The 1913 Land Act, how black South Africans lost their land. Imagine waking up one day to find out that the land your ancestors lived on for generations is no longer yours, that you're now legally forbidden from owning it, forced to work on farms owned by others, or moved to barren reserves. This was the cruel reality of the 1913 Land Act. The 1913 Natives Land Act was one of the first major laws that laid the foundation for racial segregation in South Africa. Signed into law by President Louis Botha of the South African Party, this act made it illegal for black South Africans to own or lease land outside of designated reserves, which made up only about 7% of the country's land. Despite black people being the majority population, Section 1 of the act stated, "No person other than a native shall purchase, hire, or in any other manner acquire any land or interest in land in any scheduled native area or released area without the approval of the Governor-General." Conversely, black South Africans were barred from purchasing land outside these areas. The act reserved vast fertile lands for white ownership while pushing black people into overcrowded, unproductive reserves. It prohibited black farmers from purchasing or renting land outside these reserves, destroying generations of agricultural livelihoods. Many black people were forced into low-paying labor on white-owned farms, laying the groundwork for economic oppression. Black dispossession. Many black landowners were forcibly removed from areas like the Orange Free State in Natal, where white farmers were expanding their agricultural enterprises. White benefit. White settlers, particularly those in regions such as the Transvaal and the Eastern Cape, were able to expand their farms and industries without competition from black landowners. Impact on black farmers. Those who previously owned land became labor tenants, working on land they once called their own. Thousands of black families lost their land and were pushed into poverty. It fueled mass displacement, with many being forced into native reserves or slums in urban areas. The act entrenched systemic inequality, leading to lasting economic disadvantages for black South Africans. It sparked early resistance, leading to the formation of organizations like the ANC, which protested land dispossession. Although amended over time, the land dispossession caused by the 1913 Land Act had long-lasting effects, many of which still affect land ownership patterns in South Africa today. If you believe that history should never be forgotten, share this video and comment below. Do you think South Africa has done enough to address historical land injustices?